discipline in your relationship. That is something that all of us can benefit from.
That's right.
In today's podcast, Sissy and I, we're going to go over some of the things you can make sure you do to have that discipline in your relationship. So stay tuned.
Hey, Mr. Friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode. I'm your girl, the one and only Cece, and I'm joined by the one and only Babe. What's up, Babe?
I'm admiring this woman.
Well,
What's up, everybody? This is Will. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology Podcast. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on that bell notification so we can let you know when videos like this one come out. Now, in this podcast, we talk about
love, life, family, relationship. Y'all know what we do here.
That stuff.
That's right. So we talk about a whole lot of love stuff here for the last 3 years, 4 years.
It hasn't been 4.
3 years. Okay.
Three.
Y'all going to be tired of hearing us talking about love. But you know what? Love is all we need. Okay. So before we get to this topic, let's go ahead and jump into our blissful moment. So
let's hit it.
Alrighty, babe. So what is your blissful moment, sir? Yours. See how I put it? Your blissful moment.
I celebrated 14 years of marriage.
So I wasn't part of it.
Well, I kind of made you part of it. But,
okay.
Well, you know, technically she celebrated 14 years.
How so? What do you mean?
Anniversaries are for women. We just get to be part of it.
Well, I was told that, it's my anniversary too, right? I was like, okay.
I had to tell her because it's all about this, me. I'm like, I was at the church. In fact, I was the one that says I did.
Okay.
First. And then you said you did.
Right.
So it's as much my anniversary as it is yours.
So therefore you got to take care of me. So therefore,
you see what I mean? Anniversaries are for women, but it was good. We got to spend some time together. I took some time off. It was with the kids. We celebrated, got her flowers, got her chocolate, made breakfast. I wanted to go out on that day, but she's like, I want to hang out at home. So I missed the reservation. Thank God they don't charge for these stuff, which is a good thing.
Sure did. I didn't feel like going out. I feel like
but we are going out the next day, so it all worked out.
But it was good. It was different. We had a good time together with the kids and playing basketball, which is one of my favorite sports. And
we did go.
Did.
We
did. That day we took.
I realized that I can't shoot a basketball. Well, I hadn't been practicing.
He realized how much his wife know of basketball and how much she can play basketball. Come on now, baby. Come on.
Yeah, she was better than I was. But it
way
didn't take
better.
me long. It didn't take me long to pick up.
I saw my husband looking at me bounce the ball and then, dribble and all that. He was like, oh.
But I shot a 3-pointer.
Yes.
I said I wouldn't leave the court until I did, which I did. And then we help our daughters, shoot some 2-pointers, and the little one was a little bit disappointed because she just couldn't make the ball to go in the basket. And sister was like, pick her up. She's 9. So if she persisted enough,
and she did,
which she did.
Not my girl.
Because I'm not gonna pick you up to put the ball in the basket. No.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was just trying to hey.
She's like, pick her up. I'm like, no. She's going to try until she get. Well, it was dark on the court and we were still trying, but eventually she got it. And she, we made it a big deal.
We did. We lifted her up and we're like, LeBron, Isabel, my daughter was like, LeBron, Cece, LeBron, me, LeBron, daddy. Yeah. It was fun. We had a great time. And I think for me, with our anniversary was more so about building memories. And I think, yes, going out to eat would have been fun, nice and romantic. But I felt like, I know we're going to be going out on Valentine's Day, so why go out today and the next day? So I wanted to spend the time with the kiddos, and which we did. We watched a nice movie afterwards. We watched our wedding. Yes. Which brought back so many memories.
I realized that her mom was hiding the whole wedding.
She was. And I asked her over the week, I asked her, I was like, Ma, you know we're supposed to dance, right? And you weren't there.
You think your brother was there, you know?
My brother was like, I'm not gonna let my sister hang, so I'm going to dance with her.
My mom was a different thing. She was there. We were just...
Y'all was sleeping. I'm like, what? Who does that?
Well, my mother and I, we did.
I don't know. I feel like y'all were confused on the dance floor.
We were dancing.
Your mom was waving. You like the queen?
Of course. Did you see how my brother walked in?
I didn't see that. I missed that.
Oh, man. He was...
Did you see how your dad walked in?
Yes.
I missed that one, too.
Yeah, my mother was waving. You saw my mom waving when she walked in.
Yeah, but you said your brother.
Yeah, my brother walked in with the girl that he walked with.
No.
Yeah, he was like dominated. But when I walked in was the thing.
But it was good. It was good, and I feel like it's always good to.
We had
go
some
back.
people wishing us stuff, and they was just funny.
It's always good to go back and laugh and look at my dad with a full headed. Like my dad had a full head. He's not bald, but he doesn't have as much hair.
He had hair then.
He had a whole lot of hair.
And he completely left me out of the wish. It's like, especially my daughter.
My daughter. But you had someone that was like, especially for him. I'm like, what about me? Especially him. And we had a lady, y'all. We had a lady that called me Grace. He was like, I want to wish Will and Grace a happy, a happy life. I'm like, I'm not Grace. Y'all need to stop watching.
Man, we had one of our friends that couldn't figure out what she wanted to wish us.
Listen, I feel like that lady watched too much. There was a show called Will and Grace. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, one of our friends was like, happy anniversary. I'm like, girl.
Yeah, the wedding. But hey, it was
funny.
Fun.
It was fun.
The dance was the thing.
It was fun.
It was
fun. Yeah, I've been in style since before this whole viral thing. Okay, our wedding night, we had a show, and no one had a show prior to that. Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah. The wedding party. We put up a show. Mind you, when we were rehearsing, I was like, everybody got to be here on time. Although one of my friends couldn't make it. Every time we tried to have this
good thing she was in the back.
Good thing she was in the back. Good thing she was in the back. But y'all, this whole thing was so nice. And we had a nice choreography, I would call it.
Well, yes, we had like 5 songs, and we did
5 songs in 10 minutes.
Well, it was less than 10.
Yeah,
I think
5
it was like
songs.
7 minutes.
5 songs.
They were all pieced together.
We had
that was a headache for me trying to put all those music together.
Yeah,
and then
yes,
we had like maybe 3 good practice with it.
3 or 4. I had to get all of you guys on, together.
But those were the common songs.
But
we picked up the moves pretty quickly.
We had like, the 90s, back in the 90s song, high school song.
It started with Michael Jackson.
The Thriller. Y'all, if you want to watch this, let me know. I'm gonna let you come home. Come to my house, okay? You can watch this.
This was shot in very low resolution.
It doesn't matter. What matter is, we started this whole viral video where wedding party is dancing because I've never seen one before.
High def from.
I'm just saying, it was nice. It was nice.
A square video. Granted, we were married that long ago.
Yeah.
But it seems like video technology have gone so far.
So far. But it was nice. I mean, listen, we had a good time. Yes. I felt like the whole part was us have a little flashback, a moment, watching the videos again, watching the whole from the beginning at the hotel to the reception, the hotel, the church, and then the reception. It just brought back so many memories. We're like, oh my God, look at so-and-so, look how small they were. Look at, I was so skinny, itty bitty, tiny, but
some people had hair.
My husband had a face.
My face was like round. Well, it wasn't that round, but I had a low haircut.
But you were cute, though. You were cute.
I've always been.
You always cute. You were cute. But
it was nice. Born that way.
It was nice. And I think this is the thing, when we talked about last week podcast, where it's about building memories, about do things for your loved ones. And he called out. He was like, you want to watch a movie? Let's go watch our wedding night. And I was like, oh, perfect. And it was a great turnout. It was a great turnout.
I have good ideas.
You do sometimes. So now let's get into today's topic, okay? If y'all want to see the video, come holla at me. Okay, I'll send you a little clip of it.
Anyway, let's get into the topic of the day, which is discipline in your relationship. Hey, listen, Valentine's Day is over, but I think
might be over.
The day that they put together as Valentine's Day is gone. But I think the thing that we celebrate during Valentine's Day shouldn't stop there. It should continue, right. Which is the passion in your relationship, and that should never stop.
Yes, the ongoing fun. Yes.
And listen, to create a sexy and exciting partnership, you have to be dedicated.
Yes.
You have to be dedicated to your partner, and you have to do everything you do to make sure that this can continue to happen.
I agree. You have to keep the fire up. Like for some people, Valentine's Day is only come once a year. It's a once in a life. It's a once a year kind of thing. We're going to go all out on Valentine's Day. But when the 15th comes, everybody just go back and do whatever they were doing because we now back to our regular schedule. But why should it stop?
And listen, whether you are a single person or you're committed, we're going to share 5 disciplines of love that will help you create the relationship of your dreams, but also keep these things that we celebrate on Valentine's going way beyond that day.
Yes, I agree.
Actually going for a lifetime, I think.
A lifetime. We trying to do things ourselves. We're trying to create our own little thing. Yeah.
That's been our journey. And listen, love is a journey.
It sure is.
And like any journey, it requires
discipline.
Yes. And listen, we would all love to have a smooth life, a life with no heartaches, with no arguments, a life with no "I hate you." But that this is not the life we're given. But I'll tell you, with these disciplines, it'll make it a lot easier to deal with these things.
I agree.
Now, I don't have all of them, but we're working on them.
Yes. And I think that's just what life is a journey. Well, we started somewhere. As we grow older, as we get older, we tend to have more patience and understanding, which is what we want to talk about, which is the number one thing is where a lot of us lack of patience and understanding. Would you say that?
It makes sense for it to be the first discipline.
Yes, there's a saying that says love is patient, love is kind. Well, it is so true.
It could be seen as a cliche, but there's a lot of truth in it. Patience allows you to understand your partner. It allows me to understand you.
Yes,
believe me, there's things that's happened. If I wasn't patient, I'd probably do things that I shouldn't do.
Yeah, and I think yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, so patience allows us to understand each other.
Yes.
Because sometimes if we can take a moment to just listen to understand as opposed to quickly jump to some conclusion. And it takes patience to do that because each one of our journeys could be unique in terms of where we're coming from and what we'd like to achieve. But if you put patience in everything you do, it allows you to understand and be able to support your partner in their journey, and they'll be able to support you in yours as well.
Yes.
And that's how you grow, and that's how you evolve in the relationship.
Yes, I agree. And I'll tell you this, not everyone has that patience, right? People are so impatient nowadays, whether if it's love, whether if it's their life, or whether if it's a job or their business. I mean, I know sometimes I can be very, like, when it comes to other things, not love, but other things in life, but it is
funny. Yesterday we were driving, there were 2 traffic lights that clearly I could see them yellow, and I slowed down. She's like, you could have taken them.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Little things like this people are being impatient about.
Well, yes.
It's yellow. That means you got to get ready to stop. And rightfully so, I stopped.
You did stop, but you had you could have gone.
And my response were, I understand, I could have.
Yes, it's always. And this is why I say patience and understanding, because sometimes it can be tough for me, and I'm sure a lot of the ladies out there, because...
Listen, I've learned not to, and this is where understanding does happen. It's like, I knew she was going to say that you could have taken it. And you know what? I had my answer ready. Yes, I understand. I could have.
You did have your answer.
But I didn't.
You did. I'm not going to lie.
Listen, when you approach love with patience and genuine desire to understand your partner, it helps you create a supportive environment.
Yes.
An environment free of judgment, an environment free of those unnecessary argument.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that you'll never argue, but there are some arguments that are completely unnecessary.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
I agree. That's true. When we have communication, y'all know we talk about this a lot on the podcast, and I know if you've been married for a long time or dating for a long time, communication is everything in life, because you got to have the patience, understanding, and then communication. Because if you don't have communication in your relationship, you are definitely going to have a lot of back and forth.
Oh yes, you got to have that. We talked about understanding earlier, but if you're not communicating with your partner, you don't give them a chance to understand you.
You don't.
So yes, communication is the lifeblood of any relationship.
Yes. I agree.
You know,
I agree.
And being able to express yourself gives you freedom. Because it's funny, it's crazy that you find there are people that are in relationship and there's certain things they cannot bring to their partner.
Right.
What's the point of even being in a relationship?
Yeah. That wouldn't work for me, because I'm one of those people where I'm just like my mom. I like to express how I'm feeling, and sometimes, and some people might think that you're too forward with your partner, but I think it's great when you're able to have this communication, or be able to communicate with your partner and be like, hey babe, listen, this is how I'm feeling. Now, I don't care if you're gonna be like, okay, I don't have time for this, I don't have time to listen to you, but I need you to listen to me. There's some guys out there, they probably gonna be like, oh, you and your feelings. No, you need to understand your spouse, your girlfriend. Like, if they are feeling some type of way or feeling about certain things, it's good for you guys to communicate. That way you know how your partner truly feels and what's really going on with them. Yeah. And I think sometimes when you communicate with your partner, it prevents a lot of these
misunderstandings.
Right. Or sometimes it could be mental illness or other illness that may be going on. Like, if we keep this communication open, it will help me so much and help you have a better life.
Yeah. Communication is something you have to continually work on. It's not like you do it today and it's set for life.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing thing. You got to keep working. You got to keep putting effort into it.
Yes.
And and this is where that understanding comes in, because people are different. People communicate, communication styles are different.
Yeah.
And if you're with someone, you got to understand where they're coming from. Like you mentioned being straightforward earlier. Mm-hmm. If I know my partner's straightforward, I'm good with it. I know they're not attacking me. This is how they are.
Yeah.
And if you fail to understand your partner, there goes the problem. Good communication is about creating that safe space,
right,
where you can each other express yourself.
Yes.
In an environment where you feel like you're being heard,
valued,
and you feel like you're being respected as well. Because there's nothing that says disrespect more than being shut off.
Right.
And some people makes it a point to shut you off.
Yeah. Yes. And I'll tell you this, as you were talking, I could remember, way in the beginning of our relationship where I would feel like if I want to talk, because as time goes on, you're gonna feel like, okay, I'm learning my husband, I'm learning him, or he's learning me, and then now I can be open and be able to go to him and express how I'm feeling. In the beginning, of course, it was hard for me to let him know what's going on, and I would hold things in. Then I realized that holding stuff in didn't really make me feel right. And when I would hold certain things, and you know me pretty well, and you could tell that something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
And to where we had to have this talk where we're like, hey, babe, listen, I don't care how you feel about certain things. Talk to me about it. Like, we need to conversate about what's going on with you. And it's great to have a partner who can tell when you're not yourself, first of all, right? And you be able to have a partner who's like, hey, listen, whatever's going on, we can deal with it together. We can talk about it. We can move on from there. If you don't allow this space for your partner to be able to open up and be free to have any kind of talk with you, then it's going to be hard for them to open up, right? And this is why sometimes I always say I am grateful to have a partner who allow me to express how I feel about certain things, And I think it's the same thing goes for you too, where you can come to me about anything. You talk to me, which I feel like, which is the next discipline, which is gratitude and appreciation. So my appreciation towards you
is that I have a big ears and I can listen.
Gratitude and appreciation. Yeah, you gotta have that towards your partner. Like, yeah, you do have a big ears. You had it when we were younger. Now your ears, I feel like your head kind of like.
Well, you know,
you had a big ears though.
And this is yes, I've learned to listen, which is good. But I appreciate having you who understand and hardworking, because that's important. Mm-hmm. You know, because expressing appreciation is something that I think more couples should do a lot more.
Yeah.
You know, taking the time to show the other person that I appreciate the qualities that you have and list the qualities.
Yes.
You know, like for instance, Cece's a thinker. She'll think of things. Mm-hmm. She'll think of it. She has no idea how to implement it, but she'll think of it and she'll put it on me.
I'm a visionary.
Yes. And I appreciate that because there are things that I don't see, but I'm a doer.
Right.
You think of it.
I'll do it.
And you tell me now, the moment that I got it, I will figure out a way to make it happen.
That's true.
And I appreciate that. On top of that, Cece's a family person. She's very, very, very into family. Like there are times she's like, hey, listen, you gotta remember to call your mom because it's important that you talk to your mom.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that on a wife who encourages me to be more of a family person and make sure that she keeps that. She's an organizer.
I am. I'm a freak.
Right. So, you know, take a moment to show appreciation to your partner, the things they do. Because it's very easy to take things for granted.
Yes, I agree.
And if you take them for granted, it kind of becomes what you expect. Mm-hmm. And that's a demotivator for your partner. So, yeah. And I think, you know, gratitude goes a long way. Oh, yeah.
Some people don't see it that way. They don't recognize how important gratitude is, right? Being grateful for your spouse, for life, for the kids that you have, your children. I think gratitude is very important, and not everyone really making the top one or top three when it comes to discipline. So yes,
you know, you can't go wrong with gratitude, but on the same token, being grateful for having someone in your life would mean nothing if you can't forgive this person. And this is where forgiveness is very, very important, because we got to understand that we're not perfect. Mm-hmm. Along the journey of life, the journey of love, there will be bumps.
Yes.
And sometimes they are very big bumps.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And your love is no exception. Just like you run into health issues, you run into psychological issues, physical issues, emotional issues, you're going to run into love issues.
Right.
Now, forgiveness is a discipline that allows you to let go of resentment, let go of those things that you're holding in. Now,
learn from your mistakes.
It's not easy to do, though. When you're living with someone every day,
easy said,
and they've done you wrong, and sometimes maybe more than once, it's easier said than done.
Yes, sir.
But if you say you love this person and you want to continue building a life together, you got to learn to forgive. Because you can't say you want to do one, but you don't want to do the other. How could you love without forgiving?
But one thing is, though, it is hard for us women to forgive and forget. Is it forget and forgive?
Well, you don't have to forget. I don't think any one of us should forget what's happened to us, because that's how we prevent it from happening again. You're
supposed to forgive and forget.
I don't know where it says that on the Bible, but if it does, do your best to actually forgive and forget. But I think
it's not easy for me.
You know, I'm not saying just forget every wrong thing that may have ever been done to you. Mm-hmm. It's good to know, because that's how you prevent it from happening again. Right. But where the forgiveness comes in is if you don't forgive, you keep holding it above this person's head, and you remind them every second what happened. and you resent this person for it. Now, if you're in a relationship and you find yourself on that path, maybe you need counseling.
Yeah, definitely need a therapist. I understand this is another thing for me where I would hold grudges, and I know this is how heavy it can get when you hold grudges. And I know when it comes to relationship, it really can weigh a lot on you and your loved ones. Okay, because I was really one of those girls where you do something to me, I'm not gonna talk to you. You be my heart, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, this is so heavy." You know how when you're carrying a load, I don't think you ever hold anyone grudges.
Well, you know, I don't. Okay. But here's the problem I had. I can cut people off very easily.
Yes. So me too.
Something happened to me. I'm not gonna hold you.
I am.
I just move away from you. I just literally cut you off. Now, if I see you, I'll wave at you, but don't expect
any mutual talk.
Yes, or I'll just pretend we didn't know each other like we did. You know?
Yeah, I'm like that too. This is why we're Capricorn. Okay, we can easily cut you off.
We have Capricorn. We have Capricorn issues.
This is how we are, and this is how we can cut the rope. You like you gone. You no longer like we don't know you. You're like a completely universe.
Yeah, it's like you didn't exist.
Yeah,
but you know, we've grown. I mean, I've grown and I've gotten matured.
Yeah, same here.
Things have happened. And listen, now I know if it's something you did to hurt me. Now I know. Say if there was a limit that was crossed that caused you to have done something. Now I know where the limit is. I'm going to be with you, but I just know where that limit is, and this is where I will not forget.
Yes.
I remember what did happen. I'm not holding it against you. I just know where not to go.
Right.
Like if there's a topic that's sensitive to you and you blow up on me, don't ever expect me to bring up that topic. I just completely just, hey, if any talk is gonna go towards that topic, I just take it right back. Yes, I'm that way.
Yes, same here. I mean, I know grudges can be heavy. Okay. But creating space, as you mentioned earlier, is definitely something that can help you not holding grudges for anyone. Yeah,
but at least it helps for me. It helps me look out for my sanity because I have a temper, believe it or not. And if something happens and I know it's me that caused it to have happened in terms of maybe I addressed you a certain way and you then whatever came to me, I deserved it. But I make sure that I don't ever go that route again.
Right.
Because if it were to happen where I didn't cause it, then it'll be me blowing up on you. Right. And I don't want to do that.
That's true.
So, and this is where I don't want us to completely forget of what happened. Because if we forget, there could have been things that we can avoid.
Right.
But if we just completely forget it, then we could potentially run into that same thing again.
Yes.
Like I don't like one thing to happen to me twice, especially if it's something that boils my blood. It happened once, and I'll do my best for it never to happen again.
If
I have to avoid someone, I'm going to do my best to avoid you just so I don't go that route because it takes too much energy from me.
Yeah.
I don't have that time. I got kids and a wife. I'd rather give them that time. And between Sissy and I, it'll never get there. Because if something happened and I notice that she's going up there, I just...
What does Michelle Obama say? When they go low?
You go high, and when they go high, you go low. That's or right. I don't know, something along those lines.
You go low.
But you know what?
But sometimes... I'm just saying.
Listen, no one's going to hit the ceiling in this house. That's a promise that I made to myself. Not even to her, to me. Swallow my pride, bring it down, and we can talk about it.
And go high.
No, I'm not going high. If you go high, I'll let you keep going high, but I'll go low. Eventually you'll realize that, okay, I'm going high. He's not following me, and then you'll just come down yourself.
Yeah, and we're grateful that we don't really we haven't gone to that level. Not that I'm saying like, I don't think we're going to ever get to that high and low.
You know, we've had a couple of moments where, but then we realized that no one gained anything from it.
Right.
So we all watching each other. If I'm off my my track, she helps me get back on it. Mm-hmm. If she's off her track, I'll help her get back on track.
Yeah.
Because I think we each other's keepers.
Right.
And we got to keep remembering.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah. Listen, what good is it for us to get into a place where we're both hurting? Right. No one wins. Right. Especially when you have kids around. There's certain things you got to avoid.
Because they listen. They watch.
Because the kids are listening and they are watching. Mm-hmm. And listen, I'm raising girls and I'm raising kids that I want to be good contributors to society.
Like excellence.
So there are certain things I got to avoid in my household just to make sure that it doesn't become something that they expect to be the norm.
Right.
The next discipline, or the last one, is to intentionally spend quality time together.
Listen, in the hustle and bustle of life, y'all know it.
You got stuff to do.
My husband and I, because we be in the road, like we be going to dinner, but we be talking about business. It's just because the way it be happening, okay?
Well, we do learn to disconnect, because sometimes I know actually we went to dinner just a couple of nights ago. We didn't talk about business.
Because the kids were there.
One bit. Now, even if the kids weren't there, I purposely think that this is not something that we need to be talking about. How we going to get this done or how we going to get that done. I don't know what we talked about. What were we talking about?
We talk about the people that were sitting behind us that had a lot of food.
Oh yes, I got charged. The waiter ran their check on my card.
And my husband was like, "Wait a minute, we didn't order Sprite or soda." Like Coke.
I don't get sodas when you go to the restaurant. I'm like, there's sodas on this check.
There's burgers.
Yes, and I'm like, no, this is in the price. Yeah. So it's like, what the hey? So
like, it's only 4 of us. We didn't eat for all that much.
Yeah, so we spend the time taking selfies, boomerang,
and trying to figure out what this bug was in my drink.
Yes, a number of things, but nothing business.
It was a bug, a fly in my drink.
Yeah, y'all. I don't know how that happens.
I was like, babe,
had some of it, so you probably had some of that.
I sure did. I did.
You probably had some of that fly inside of you.
It's okay. It's gone. I flushed it already.
You should go back and sue the restaurant.
Well, they didn't charge it, so which is good. Why are you worried about it? It could have been like $25 of a drink, so they didn't charge us.
Yes, but it was a good drink.
It was a good drink. It was a good drink. And then I said, like, babe, I think there's a fly in my drink. And it's like,
there's a tiny little. Now I'm supposed to wear glasses, and I never.
And I don't know what he was trying to do. Convince me, no, it's not. So I don't.
Because I'm like, is it a bug? Is it not a bug? Is it a bug?
Let me get the straw and then pull it out of the drink, and then put on his little finger, and then and rubbing the thing. I was like, what are you doing? It is a bug. I was caressing
the thing to see if it's a bug.
You're like, no, it's not a bug. It's probably from the fruit. And I'm like, no. And so we called the guy. And I'm like, I think there's a bug on my, this is a bug. And he's like, yep, this is actually a bug. I'm so sorry. And of course, he made me a new drink.
Even if it wasn't a bug, if I'm the waiter, I come by, I will say it's a bug. Because you can't argue with the client. What, he's going to say, let me see if it's a bug?
No, it was just you, the way you like, let me see this. And then he put it in his fingers and rubbing it and trying to figure it out. I'm like, this looks like a bug. Something,
but still right now, I couldn't tell that it's a bug.
You were saying that it wasn't a bug, so I wouldn't feel bad. Like I would feel like, because I know sometimes we like to oh no, it's not. But then in your mind, I guess it is.
She would start puking. Well, you did pretty good.
I did.
Yes.
But the other drink was good though. It was good.
But anyway, yes. Quality time. When you're spending that, make sure it's time that you can enjoy. Yes, we hadn't been to that restaurant in a while, so we had a good time.
It was packed.
I hadn't had some alcohol in a while. I had some, so I had to really relax.
This man was tipsy.
For a moment, I felt like, we had a 30-minute drive back home.
Yeah,
I can't afford to be, but I was able to get it out of my system.
I wasn't driving at night.
But it was good. But time like this is important.
It is important
because and obviously make it intentional. And whenever we can, we do involve the kids in the things we do. Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that they get exposed to things.
And I think a lot of people in our community to understand how important it is spending quality time, because sometimes people may see it as a waste of time.
Yeah, and not just on Valentine's Day. I think that's something we should do. And obviously, we're discussing this discipline number 5 is intentionally spend time together.
Yes.
Don't wait for special occasions to do it.
Yes. Don't wait for birthdays. Don't wait for Valentine's Day, or don't wait for like Mother's Day, Christmas, all this. And I think, you should spend it once a month, because we do have something that we have on our calendar every month, or twice a month. We do something together, which is great. And I think that's another way for you to grow together and grow and have a stronger bond.
Listen, if you want your love life to be deep, I'm talking about deep.
Okay.
If you want your bond to be strong, and I'm talking about strong, spend time together. Because what you'll find, you'll develop patience. You'll be easier for you to understand your partner, because the more time you spend together, the more you learn all those little nuances that makes them who they are.
That's right.
So you learn to communicate a lot better.
Yes, I agree.
And you learn to forgive. Believe me, when you spend a lot of time with someone, you tend to forget the wrong that they've done, because the good outweighs the wrong. So when you look at, if you exercise all of these disciplines, and you start with, you know what, we're going to spend as much time as we can. We're going to talk to each other as much as we can. We're going to find ways to forgive each other. Your relationship will be the relationship you've always dreamed of. So
I agree.
Discipline, it's not just concept. They're actually practices that can transform your relationship from wherever it was to something better.
Yes.
We encourage you to embrace this discipline. Now, none of them would be easier to do. Like, we're still working on some of them.
We still are.
But when you approach these things, approach them with an open heart.
Right.
And be willing to do what's necessary, because that will allow you to be able to grow and grow together. Hey, listen, love is a beautiful adventure. Cece and I, our goal is to make this the best that we could, and we'll continue to work at it every day.
Yes.
And following this discipline, this is the guide that we are following.
Right.
To make sure that the connection we have is as blissful and as strong as it can be.
And of course, add God in the center of all.
Of course.
Center of everything in life. But yes.
So that's our podcast on the discipline that can transform your relationship.
Hey, I love that.
Hey, listen, we can't wait to hear about some of your experiences. I'm sure you guys had your own Valentines. Please share some of the things you did.
Yes.
Or if you've already doing some of these disciplines in your relationship, let us know. We'd like to hear.
Absolutely.
Our audience would like to hear how you're experiencing love in your own relationship.
Yes.
And listen, please remember to share, like, and subscribe. And keep the comments coming. We appreciate it. You guys have been sharing a whole lot of good lessons or good experience in the comments, and we appreciate it. So until next time, everybody, just keep loving, keep living deeply, and stay blissful.
That's right.
Peace.
Bye.